On this TL adventure, we head to Woods Point for the weekend to do a bit of exploring of the area's rich history and keeping warm by the fire. With a bit of camp cooking thrown in there, this is just a quick mid-year winter trip, not too far from home. Let's get into it. So we have made camp at Scott's Reserve in Woods Point, or just out of Woods Point. It's on the river and it's got a nice outlook from the road as well that comes in. So yeah, it's freezing. I checked the temperature before. I think it said it was about 6 degrees. Let's have a look. No, it's 8.5, but it feels like 5.8. So we're getting down to a minimum of -2. So we have camped here before, and last time we camped here it was freezing. So we've got our layers on, the beanie. We've got the fire roaring. So yeah, this is going to be us for the night. We'll make some Big Mac tacos, which I'll probably show you if it doesn't get too dark too quick, because today is the shortest day of the year, which is the winter solstice, or whatever you call it. So I think the sun's supposed to go down about 5:10, but yeah, so I'll make some dinner and then we're just gonna sit back around the fire and probably freeze our butts off. So bring it on. But it's a good day because North Melbourne won against Carlton, so yes. Anyways, so we're making dinner. As I said before, we've got Big Mac tacos on the go. So I'll show you what we need. So I've got prepared at home lettuce, your Big Mac sauce, which
is delicious.
I might put the recipe up, or I might keep that to myself. I don't know. And then you've got your pickles. Normally you're supposed to have a white onion, but they're really hard to find at Coles, so we've just got a brown onion, your cheese slices, and then you've got your mini wraps, and then your mince. So what you want to do is you want to flatten it out, the mince, and it does cook. People get very skeptical about it, but it does work. So you want to flatten it out, nice, even, and then you're going to grab it, and you're going to put them meat down, and you're going to cook them for a little bit, and I'll show you what it looks like once we flip it over. So we have cooked the meat side for a little bit. Now we're going to flip them over. So you just got to be careful because sometimes the meat can move. So that's what you want them to look like on one side. And then you grab your cheese slices. We have burger slices from Coles, bigger, thank you very much. And then you whack a lid on, wait for that cheese to melt, and then we'll show you the next step. Alright, so the cheese has melted, and this is what the end result looks like in the pan. That one is about to burst. Alright, so we're going to take them off the pan. Alright, so what you want to do, so it doesn't melt. Now this is me, personally. I go bit of lettuce, a little bit more. And then I go some sauce. Oh, I think it's thickened up in the fridge being so cold. And then if you like your pickles and your onion, you can add that on, but that is the final result for me. And that is your finished result. That is perfect for a cold winter's night. Well, good morning. It is about 10 o'clock. We have been up for a few hours, but it has been frosty all morning, as you can see. It is ice cold. When we woke up, everything was frozen, and like pouring water in a cup, it froze. So it has been frosty cold. So we're just making some breakfast at the moment. Got some bacon and eggs going, and we've got the fire going, trying to keep warm. We'll head back to Woods Point into the town, have a look around, and then we'll make our way back home via Matlock again. So just a nice little quick weekend away. But it's freezing. Thank God for the electric blanket last night. That was a saviour. Highly recommend if you haven't got one. So I'm just going to try and keep warm, have some breakfast, and then probably hit the road if the car wants to start because it's too cold. Now, you can't go to Woods Point without a stop at the cemetery. The Woods Point Cemetery was established back in the 1860s, with some of the earliest graves dating back to about 1863. The records of the cemetery show that a high majority of those that rest here are infants, with deaths quite high between the 1864 and 1868, which highlights the harsh conditions and little medical help in the area at the time. There are over 600 souls resting in this cemetery, but with bushfires in the 1990s destroying official records and a large amount of wooden crosses, only few remain. But nonetheless, the Woods Point Cemetery teaches us history of the gold rush and what it was like to live in those days, which is much different to today. Well, that's another weekend done. Great time exploring Woods Point and freezing our butts off, that's for sure. But as I just showed you, that was the Big Culvert, which is out near Cambarville. So that's a part of the history of the area, and I highly recommend, if you're ever interested in that sort of thing, come out here and have a look. But until then, I'm going to enjoy my hot jam donut that we picked up yesterday at the Marysville Bakery. We chucked them in the travel buddy to keep them warm, and I'm excited. So I'll see you guys on the next TL adventure. Cheers.